Good evening and welcome to The Joint, where we like to keep the cringe to a maximum. Tonight on Justin's Joint, we're going to try to make something on the 3D printer using Fusion 360, so stay tuned. Well, we're back, hiding behind the mic. We're hanging out down here in The Joint. We got the Peterson loaded up with some Samuel got with full Virginia Flake, and we're going to do something somewhat special tonight. Now, I already tried to record a video once where I was screen capturing myself actually modeling this. However, using Fusion 360 is not something that I have done a whole lot of. I'm typically a MicroStation man. So Fusion 360 is a little bit different for me. Things work a little different than what I'm used to. So I wasn't satisfied with what I came up with when I recorded that, section of footage. So then I shut the camera off and then I got going and then I came up with a model that I really like. So you guys don't get the luxury of seeing me actually model it, which is kind of too bad, but it's kind of one of those things where watching me figure something out on the computer is probably just a little on the boring side. But that's okay because I have it right here. I have it here up on my screen in Fusion 360 that I can show you. This is a very special something that we're going to send to somebody, and hopefully this certain somebody sort of likes it, or whatnot. But anyway, it's a little something that I made for our good friend Bradley over at SAT Stuff and Things, for no other reason than I felt like practicing modeling something on Fusion 360, and his logo seems like it would be a very easy thing to do, and it turned out it was fairly easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I've got this model and I'm going to show it to you here in just a second, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this model, we're going to run it through the slicer, we're going to send it to the 3D printer, and then get some time-lapse footage of the whole thing, time-lapse, extra satisfying, and then we are going to drop it in the mail because I believe he left a P.O. box or something. That's dangerous. It's dangerous, especially when you get maniacs like me over here, just 3D printing random nothings, and be just like send him a 3D printed dog turd or something. No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. So anyway, let's jump into Fusion 360 and have a look at this model. Okay, so here we are in Fusion 360. And what we're looking at is the Stuff and Things logo. The, kind of the blue circle with white text inlaid. And if we rotate to the top, you will see exactly what it's supposed to look like. Now, the way that this came out the first time was I just had a disc with the letters just kind of sticking up out the top. That's not what I had in mind for this. What I had in mind for this is exactly what I have here, is a disc, just a blue disc with the white letters recessed down inside of it, just like I have here, which I think is kind of cooler. It just is kind of a medallion looking thing, and I don't know. I just think it's kind of nifty when you have interlocking parts. And I don't have a dual color 3D printer or anything, so I can't really do something like this without having to separate the parts out. So what I've got is, let me go back to the top view. Oh, this will work. So we got this disc and the letters modeled up. Now the disc itself is 5 millimeters thick, and the letters are 2 millimeters thick, and they are recessed down inside of it. So there maybe is a couple of dress-up things that I might try right now. Like, I think it might look cool to put some sort of a chamfer around the outside of this. So maybe we'll try to do that real quick. But the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and save this. As SAT, and then that way if I screw it up I can always just go back. But so what we're gonna do now is let's see if we can figure out how to chamfer something. So you guys didn't get to see me model this, but you're gonna get to see me fumble around and chamfer it. So right here we got a chamfer tool. So let's just say we want to chamfer this guy. Oh, equal distance, that works. So let's go here and let's see what a 1 millimeter chamfer would look like. Ooh, that looks pretty special. But I think I want to go even bigger, because with me it's go big or go home. So let's put a 2 millimeter chamfer on there. Yeah, that looks good. I think that looks nice. You can see how that kind of dresses this up a little bit. So let's do that again for this side over here. 2 millimeter chamfer. Okay, and then we've got the T and the S that kind of hang out over the side there. So we're going to do those also. Let's go here and put a chamfer on here. We're going to pick this edge and say 2 millimeters. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Move this guy out of the way. Nope, nope, nope. I clicked the wrong button. Quit fat fingering it. Chamfer. We're going to pick this guy right here, and we are going to say 2 millimeters. Just like that. Now, I think another thing that I might want to do is just give this guy a little bit of a chamfer just to kind of help key this in here. Now, I gave this a 0.4 millimeter gap between the blue disc and the white letter, and that should be plenty. Usually for a tight tolerance I'll do a 0.3 millimeter, but you know, the way that this has the interior shape here and everything, I figured I'd go that extra 0.1 millimeter. I mean, what's 0.1 millimeter between friends, right? So I think, though, to help get that in there, I'm going to go ahead and put a chamfer on that guy, on this guy of 0.5. Let's see what that does for us. Just a little bit of a chamfer, and maybe, actually, it would be cool to do... I wonder if I'm still... Nope, I gotta go pick it again. Alright, hang on a second. Maybe it would be cool to chamfer the insides of this also 0.5. And then maybe what we'll do is chamfer this 0.5. And then maybe we'll just chamfer all of it by 0.5. I don't know. Select edges to chamfer. Oh, good, I can pick more than one at a time. This one, and then we're going to go 0.5. Okay, so that looks pretty nice. Let's orbit this around just a little bit and see. Now, 0.5 chamfer when this is printed, it probably isn't gonna amount to much, but anything to kind of reduce the sharp edges, especially when you're keying something in like this, is never a bad thing. So even though it's just a small chamfer, we're gonna go with it. So let's go ahead and chamfer all around here, kind of like this, and then go 0.5. Yeah, you know, I think that looks pretty nice. So we're gonna go ahead and go around all of the edges for the S and all of the edges for the T. That looks as good as this full Virginia flake tastes. Okay. Now let's just give this a quick rotate and make sure we caught everything, and I think we're doing pretty dang good. The only thing that I think I don't like is these champers right here. I wonder if I can pull these out a little bit. I wonder if I can. Yeah, just like that. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. No, no. No, that's not what I wanted to do. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. It's probably good enough. Well, for what it is, I think we're gonna just call it good. Because once I get these glued in there, there's gonna be a little bit of wiggle room. So I don't want to get it too exact, especially with the way I've got a nice big 0.4 millimeter tolerance here. So I think we're gonna call it. What we need to do now is export dish, and I actually think that this bowl is nearly done. Let me see here, which is a shame because I'm not ready to be done with it. Nope, I got some more left. Stand by. Must relight. Had to retamp, and now I must relight. Alright, now what we're going to do is export. So we're back, and I have Cura opened. Cura, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I've got Cura opened, and I have all of the individual components for this print saved as STLs. So let's go ahead and jump into Cura here. And let's slice these so that we can send them to the printer. So the first thing we want to do is go to 3D objects, and we're gonna go to SAT base. That's the bottom piece. Okay, so here it is. Let me rotate it around so you can see. We've got the SAT insets, right? So it's all recessed. That way everything sits down in there nice and flush. But we need to rotate this so that it is flat on the print bed. Alright. And then we need to set up our settings here. I think I want to go ahead and print this solid. So let's just go 100% infill. And let's change this to 30. And then wall speed, let's go 20. Slow it down, nice and slow. Slower the better. Okay, so then we don't need supports. Not that that would make any difference, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn those off. So let's go ahead and prepare this. That's gonna take a second because my computer is working overtime right now because I am recording audio, I am recording screen capture, and I'm slicing, so patience. We'll get there. There we go. Slicing. Ready to save file. 22 hours. That's a long print. Now, once this gets going, I'll speed it up, so it's not a big deal. Plus, I'm printing it solid, so it is going to take a little while. But that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and save this to file. And 3D print, we're going to say SAT base. Alright, so let's go ahead and clear the build plate. And let's get our S, our A, and our T loaded in. So we're going to go S. And then we need to rotate this guy this way. Right there. Make sure that the fillet is on the right side. And it is. So let's go ahead and bring in the T. Now I'm going to print these all in white, so I can print these all at once. As long as they'll fit on the print bed, we'll be alright. So let's go ahead and rotate this guy down 90, 90, there we go. And then let's open the T. Stick it on here. Okay, pick this guy, and then we're going to rotate this 90. Now, we also need to make sure that we're not printing it upside down, because it'll fill it on that side, and we are good to go. So, I think what we're going to do now is go ahead and hit prepare. And we're going to let it think for a moment. Okay, so we're going to save this, and we're going to call this SAT top. Oop. SAT top. Okay, so I think from here on out, I just need to go get an SD card, pop these onto the SD card, and then I'll meet you guys back over at the printer here in just a second. So let's just hang tight. Alright, we are at the 3D printer. We're going to go ahead and put the SD card in. We're going to go ahead and mount that guy up. We're going to go print file, and we're going to scroll down to SAT base. We should have SAT top on here too. Yes, we do. Okay. SAT base. And it should start to print here in just a second here. Okay, so we're all set. We're off to the races. Printer is going. I got a time lapse going here. Looks like we're gonna be good to go. So, hey, open for business, baby. So, I guess I'll just have to come at you again tomorrow with the finished. No, it's 22 hours. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow late when this thing is finished. So this particular video is going to be a couple days in the making, but that's okay. So just for me, it's going to be a little while. For you, it's going to be instantaneous. So, you know, instant gratification. It's the American way, right? Well, good evening and welcome back to the joint. It is night number 2 of the 3D print project, and I am sitting here with my Calabrese Bulldog enjoying some Stonehenge Flake. Now, I have some good news and I have some not so good news. Good news is that this finished printing, okay? And the extra good news is that the top of it looks really nice. So you can sort of start to see the white SAT will kind of key into these recessed areas, and then I'll glue them in, and then it'll be this nice logo. Now, here's the not so nice part. If you look at this, it's nice and flat until you get over to right here. And the problem with this kind of a print is that it is so large. The surface, I mean, it has so much surface area that this side over here, right here, it cooled off at a different rate than the rest of it, which meant that it pulled up off of the print bed just a little bit. So, This right here, as good as it looks from the front, is... it's trash. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I probably am just going to throw it away. It's just PLA. PLA's cheap. I got another one running over there. The time-lapse turned out really good, though. I had a peek at that, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and use the time-lapse from it. However, whoop, there goes my pipe tool. However, I have to run another one. The problem is the bed needs to be just right. You know, so for a print so large, any irregularity in the bed level, and then the print will cool off at a different rate, and then sides start to peel if they're not stuck down all the way. And ideally, what I probably should have done was use some glue stick on there, but hey. I checked the bed level, started it again. I'm going to keep a closer eye on it here for the next couple of hours, because if it's going to pull, it's going to pull pretty quick, I think. It usually happens within the first 3 or 4 layers, so we will keep an eye on it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to enjoy my Stonehenge flake, and hopefully we have more progress for you in the very near future, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I just got home from band practice, and it's time to check on the printer. Let's have a look and see what we got here. You can start to see the S and the T and the A. Let's get up a little closer here, just get a look. So we're moving right along. So let me move into the light. We're moving right along. Things are looking really nice. I cannot wait to actually glue this all together and show you guys what it looks like, and then hopefully he'll, you know, open this on a Sunday smoke and be like, holy crap, this thing is awesome. Because really it is. Like, if I had a logo for Justin's Joint, which I don't, maybe I should, I would totally do something up like this, because this is freaking cool. So, actually I just realized that this is the warped one. But anyway, either way, it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. And I'll be honest, I have a big spool of red that I've been having a lot of trouble with. Like, it keeps breaking off inside the machine, like it got too hot in the container on the way over here from China, and I don't know, I just haven't had very good luck with it. So I'm gonna try and make Bradley's other logo for Stuffin' Things Plays, just to use up some of my red, because I have it, I want to use it up, because it's kind of crappy. So, and something big like this, it should print alright. It just doesn't work real well for intricate things, which is what I've been trying to print with it lately. So anyway, that's about a third of the way done, and it's been running for about an hour. So another couple of hours and that will be done. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get to that tonight. It's already like 8:30. I might be able to get this finished off tonight. If not, I'll at least be able to show you what the final product will look like prior to gluing it together. I don't know if I have the right kind of glue, to be perfectly honest. So anyway, stay tuned. Alright, so here we are. We're back. The thing is printed. We're set. We're ready to show it off. Now, it finished early this morning or late last night, and I went ahead and took them off the printer. I didn't break out the camera because I was in my pajamas at the time. You guys don't want to see that, trust me. So I went ahead and pulled the letters off of the printer, and I glued them up into the base, and what we wind up with is this. Check this thing out, man. This thing is, I mean, this thing is huge, and I'll be honest, it looks kind of cool. I kind of feel a little bit jealous all of a sudden. I need to figure out myself a logo, that way I can make one of these. But anyhow, here's what's going to happen next. You guys are going to keep your mouths shut. Don't say anything. I'm going to find the video where our good friend Bradley put his P.O. box in the description. I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to send it to him. And you're going to watch his channel for his upcoming Sunday Smokes, where hopefully he opens this. We'll see. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Maybe he's not as good a friend as he says he is, but no, I'm just joking around. He'll probably open this. If he's anything like me, he'll think this is pretty badass. I mean, I don't know. I wish that I had a logo. I need to get on that, don't I? So that I could make something like this, because I mean, this thing is, look how substantial this is. I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I don't know what I would do with it. Stick it on the wall. Get a little, you know, a little plate holder and set it on your desk above your computer. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but it's cool. It's cool. And we made this from scratch with a 3D printer and some modeling software. So I guess you'll just have to stay tuned to the Stuff and Things channel and see if this comes across. So this video has been way too long in the making, and I'm just going to go ahead and close it out right now. So until next time, right down here in Justin's Joint, we will see you guys later.